Another day means another TDS leak. What's up, cat gang? Harry here with two cats and all that to let you know about a pic that was dropped on the official Paradoxum Games Twitter account late last night. It says Sun and Moon, and it shows two enemies that we first saw on the Solar Eclipse event thumbnail. I wonder if they're actually going to be called Sun and Moon. Probably not, that's just what they represent. Alright, let's go ahead and analyze this image.
What the dog doing?
The first big question that I have here is, does this map have a path with two lanes on it, like the Frost Invasion event map had? Or is this enemy just a pair, standing side by side, kinda like how the bodyguards for the Crook Boss are? My guess is that this is one path with two lanes that sometimes spawns dual enemies. The reason that I think that this is how it works is because I think this map is gonna be really hard to beat, and by putting two enemies side by side on one path, it gets twice as difficult just from that one change. But the best evidence that this is one path with two lanes can be seen if you zoom in right between these two bosses. You see a pair of little legs walking behind the moon, but not behind the sun. To me, this says that there's only one enemy walking behind them, and it's on the left side, which means that the enemies don't have to spawn together. They could just spawn one at a time, or it's also possible that the idiot minigunner in the back already killed the one on the right side, but the other one got outside of the minigunner's range before it could be killed. Of course, another possibility is that there are two enemies behind the moon and sun here, but the sun's blocky body is hiding one, so we just can't see it. So that's my guess about this map. Based on this image, I think it's going to have one path with two lanes, and that it can spawn dual enemies, but it's also going to be able to spawn single enemies on just one side. I also want to point out that this looks like the arm of another enemy right here behind the moon, but you can't see anything like that behind the sun. So yeah, I'm right. Alright, now that I've talked about the path, I also want to talk about how these enemies look. They're cool, right? The neon orange glow of the sun goes perfectly with the light blue glow of the moon, and you can see a very clear, distinct purple mist coming off of the moon's arms, giving her a mysterious quality. The sun has horns, and the moon looks to have a halo, but that could also just be a moon symbol, which you can see on her back, and on the sun's back, you can see a solar symbol. Now, if you look at the Colosseum around them, you can see gears on the wall and the ground. I just have to guess that some kind of machine exploded here. If that's not what's happening, I don't know why there's gears everywhere. Alright, now the last thing I want to talk about is what I think these baddies do. I think the moon is going to use her staff to summon enemies. You can get a better look at that staff from the thumbnail, and you can see that it has both the moon and sun symbols on it. I think the enemies that she's going to summon are right here. One of them is moon themed and one is sun themed. Oh wait, this actually makes more sense now that we know that the path has two lanes. When she summons them, they probably run side by side. Alright, so when a boss summons, they tend to stop in place. Does that mean the sun is also going to stop with her? What I think is going to happen is that when the moon stops to summon, the sun also stops, but it swings its mighty sun axe at any towers nearby, stunning them, so that they can't kill the little babies the moon just summoned. Because when an enemy stuns a tower, they also stop in place. So I think this pair is going to move in tandem, with the moon stopping to summon as the sun stops to stun. If this is really how they work, these are going to be some of the most unique enemies in the game. And they're most likely going to have some ridiculously high amount of health, like 3,000, so they're not going to be easy to kill. Oh, another thing that I just thought of is what happens when you kill one and not the other? That's definitely going to happen a lot. The other one's just going to keep on going down the path. You know what's interesting about this idea is that it's almost like they use one another as a shield. Your towers are only going to focus on one at a time, dealing all the damage to that one and killing it, but basically not even touching the other one. So if your towers don't have a high enough range, the one that survives could easily get past your defenses and kill you. Go ahead and let me know what you think about all these predictions down in the comments below, and that's the end of the video. Peace!